point. But I don't know about sharing that information. I mean, now we're starting to get into that's personal.
No, not only is it personal, it could be labeled criminal in some cases.
I would think. Yeah.
So now that the government is able to turn your car on and off anytime they want to, disable it if they want to, make your bills up, track you, make sure you're not speeding out there. If you get a parking ticket, making sure you pay that parking ticket or they'll turn your car off.
That's not good.
The entire purpose of this is to control every car in America by the time 2022 gets here. And that's great. You know, I mean, the government is going to be the last entity on the earth that's going to abuse that power, right?
Well, they never have before.
Oh, no, the government doesn't do anything like that. But so imagine this. You fly into Miami, you're getting ready, your rental car to get out of here and drive up, you know, to Gainesville, see the Gators play or whatever. And all of a sudden, somebody comes down and has some virus that they've picked up. Some very communicable virus that's out here. Well, once the CDC gets, that's a Center for Disease Control, once the CDC gets hold of that, they could contact the government and they could shut off every single solitary car in the Miami area. Every truck, they already can shut down the planes and the trains, we know that. So you're just an innocent bystander. You're sitting there, you just flew into a city, and just because some 2 or 3 people have this virus, you now can go nowhere. You are locked down.
It's probably part of the plan, I would imagine. I don't think that deep.
Imagine that.
You think way too deep.
What power? The power.
You ready to take your call?
All righty, let me take this call here. Caller, go ahead.
Hi there. I would want some information on how I would go about getting one of these devices installed in my car. I had a coworker that had one and loved it on his, and I have a Honda SUV. And if you can give me that information, please.
Okay. The best thing to do is call one of our authorized service centers out here. Where are you, in Pinellas County?
Yes. Okay,
if you're in Pinellas County, best shot would be to call your water to gas. Their number is 727-386-9765. That's 727-386-9765. Talk to a fellow by the name of Phil Janka. He's the manager down there. He can give you all the pertinent information you need to know, tell you pretty much the approximate cost of it. It won't take longer than about 4 hours to install. And he can give you all the information that you need to know. That. And you say you heard about this from a coworker?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And
I had one installed almost a year ago, and he still has it, and he loves it.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So how come you're just now starting to think about putting one in your car?
Because I just bought a big SUV.
Whoa. Well, you know, I heard something on the news this morning about the SUVs. Funny thing. Caller, I hope I answered your question right there. 386-9765. Call Phil Janka. He can take care of anything you need to do there.
Okay.
Super. All righty?
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. I understand now we have, wow, it's getting busy all of a sudden here. I have another caller on the line. Caller, go ahead. You're on.
Hi. I have a question about, I have a 2006 Avalanche.
Okay.
5.3 engine, and I was wondering, I get about 15 miles per gallon in the city and about 21 on the highway. How long, what kind of results could I expect, and how long would it take to have a fuel saver system installed?
Well, on the Avalanche, it would take about 4 hours. You can expect to get, if you're getting about 15 now in town, you're going to be getting a minimum. We'll guarantee that you'll get a minimum of about 18 miles per gallon in town. That's about a 20% increase. On the road, you're going to be hitting probably 21, 22, somewhere right around in through there with your mileage on the road out there. And with an Avalanche, depending upon which one of our authorized service centers you go to and how they go about installing it, you're looking at around $700 to $850 somewhere. Depends, again, on how much they have to do to install it. These guys really, when we teach them, and they have to go through a class to learn how to install these things on the cars.
Really?
Yes. Oh, you know that, Gary. They have to go through a class, and really, when they install these things on the vehicles, it is a professional installation. So, It depends upon how long it takes them to actually do it. They have to take the grill off the front. They have to take pieces off the car to actually get it installed. All those little things count toward the installation there. So I'd say around $850 tops for you. And also what that means is gas. If gas is about, say, between $3.80 and $4 a gallon, somewhere around 14,000 miles, you are going to be recovering the price of your installation, and after that, you're just going to be saving money out here, which reminds me of another thing. Thank you for calling. Did I answer your question there?
Yes, you did. One more question.
Sure, go right ahead. They're free.
What would be the warranty on it?
Oh, okay. We guarantee, any Fuel Genie system, any authorized service center out here, we guarantee that we will get you between 15 and a 20% increase in your miles per gallon, or we'll buy the device back from you. Totally. No questions asked. If we can't do that within 60 days, we'll buy it back. Aside from that, you get a 1-year warranty on the entire system. There's any component inside there, no matter what happens to it. If it breaks, malfunctions, whatever, we'll replace that for you free up to a year. The actual generator, that piece of equipment that separates the hydrogen from the oxygen and just gives that gas up into your car right there, that's actually warranted for up to 5 years. Not up to, but 5 years. That has a 5-year warranty on it. So the good thing about that is, let's say you buy a car and, God forbid, somebody totals it, a teenage driver or a teenage son, daughter, or whatever like that. You can take that off. You can take the system off of one car and put it right on your new car that the insurance company pays for right out there. That's a fantastic thing. So, caller, how did you hear about us, may I ask?
Yeah, so friends of mine, number one. Number two, then they referred me to your websites, different websites, and as I was Googling, it always seemed to be that Fuel Genie used to come up quite a bit. So, and then I heard about the radio show, and actually I heard the first show last week, and then I just heard this show, and I just started thinking about it. So,
a long time WTAN listener, then, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's fantastic. We love to hear that. Well, if there's anything else I can answer for you, did I answer your questions?
Oh, yeah, pretty much so. So it's pretty much guaranteed, and actually, with my drive, I'll probably pay for itself within a year easily. So,
and there you go. Well, don't forget now, the price of gasoline is going to increase. I know people tell me, Barry, you're always saying that, and the price of gas is always increasing as I say that. What's scary about this is what they're not telling you. The mainstream media out here is not telling you how dire the situation is overseas. They mollify, say we don't want the American people upset. We don't want them afraid. They'll do a run on the banks. They'll buy gas like crazy. We don't want to have all that chaos in the streets out here. So they just don't tell us about it all. Sure, you see some pictures about some scuffles over in Egypt, maybe a few in Libya, some in Tunisia. Greece lately has been on the news big time.
Oh, yeah.
So they're finally starting to do that, thanks to a few of our friends out there. But anyway, when the gas prices begin to increase, it's not going to be 5 cents a day here or 10 cents a week here. It's going to be huge chunks, like 80 cents inside of a week, or $1 a week, $1.50 a week. It's just going to devastate everybody that's out here. So, word to the wise, be prepared. Whatever you can do, now is the time to act before that actually takes place. And the lines are so long to get our Fuel Genie systems installed in your car. You'll have to wait 40, 50 days maybe. I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go along now.
The bottom line is what I looked at was that I can remember saying when gasoline goes to 50 cents a gallon, I'm going to quit driving. I'm still driving.
That means you must be at
107.
least 107 years old. I remember that. Yes.
I'm the same age you are.
50 cents a gallon. Well, I'll tell you what, 50 cents a gallon, a little town called Portsmouth, Virginia. I used to work helping changing tires out there when I was, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around 10 years old.
7 years old, you were changing tires.
Yeah, what was my uncle? My uncle had the gas station.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I can remember they used to have gas wars.
Oh, sure.
Yeah? I don't think they have gas wars anymore, but back then they did. I can remember gas wars. gasoline, a gallon of gasoline going for 12 cents a gallon.
Yeah, you are really old.
I'm older than dirt. But I know a lot. I know a lot.
But from what I'm seeing right now, anything I look at out here, I drive around and I look at gas prices, and good old Barry will call me up and say, Gare, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. And I look and I call him and I go, hey, it went down 10 cents. He goes, yeah, wait till next week. And then the next week it's up 30. So you've always been right. I don't know how you are.
I keep up on the news. I read. I stay on the internet. I have something called Roku at home on the television set, and I watch Russian television. I watch French television. I watch German television and Greek. It's all in English, by the way. But I get to see what those guys in those countries are seeing over there, and it's not what our news is reporting to us over here about their situations.
Really?
So if you go to the horse's mouth and you find out what those newscasters are saying about the situations over there, how dire it is, how imminent a giant fall is coming and things like that, especially not just one, not two, not three, but 4 different television networks are saying about things. Your ears perk up, you begin to notice things, and then you start to watch what's happening out here.
Well, you know as well as I do, we're protected.
Oh, absolutely. Our government. We've got the White House protecting us. Yeah? That's that invisible protective shield they stick around the entire thing out there.
Yes.
All right, we got another caller? Okay, we have, I'm told, we have open lines out here. So if you'd like to call in, the number is 1-866-826-1340. That's 1-866-826-1340. For those of you that had that little pencil and paper there, I gave you some time to get over there to the niche and get that all called in right there. Okay? So going back here to this insidious OBD3 system that's going on, all in 2013 cars, you know. Now, people who are listening here, listening all over the world, they say, what can we possibly do to thwart that? I mean, you don't want the government and Big Brother looking over your shoulder every time you're doing something. Well, the way to do it is, and I'm not proposing this, but me, myself, I'm not buying any 2013 car. I'm not buying any 2014 car. I'm going to get myself a nice 2011, maybe 2012, maybe a 2012 car.
Do you know anybody that sells them?
Well, I know somebody that's so close I could probably spit on them, right? Was that a plug for Regal Cars here?
It was a plug for Regal Cars.
Regal Cars
sparkling downtown Clearwater.
Sits on the corner of Drew Street and Northeast Coachman. It's right at the triangle. You can't miss it right there. It says Regal Cars, and if you look real close, you'll see Fuel Genie signs up there as well, because this is the first and only dealership in America that you can buy a car with a Fuel Genie system on it. Or if you see a car on the lot that you like and it doesn't have one already on it, what happens, Gary?
We will be more than happy to put one on for you.
And it's free?
Absolutely.
It's free.
It's free.
Get out.
Nope.
There's nothing free.
Yes, there is. I'll tell you what. We've been doing this a long, long time, Barry.
Uh-huh.
And we've been selling really good cars, and we've done things from floor mats to stripes to new tires to whatever it takes to make a sale. I mean, we have financing available for people that really have struggling a little bit. We have a lot of things available. And in addition to that, this system's good. It's not only good for the car. It's good for the customer. It's good for the environment. It's good for the economy. I'm stupid if I don't do this. So we will go ahead and we will absolutely install one for you for free.
You know you're going against the total mainstream media out here by saying that, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but that's okay.
I can't tell you how many times I have emailed the St. Pete Times, the Tampa Tribune, Bay News 9, newspaper outlets throughout the state of Florida, radio stations, TV stations here telling them about this new technology that's out here and how it can save people money. Do you think I even got an answer back from anybody?
You're kidding.
No, it's mainstream media. They don't like anything except what they bring out to the people.
Well, how did you get so many installed?
Hey. Once we got about our first 15 or 20 installed, then word of mouth started going out there. And this was back in the beginning of 2008. Don't forget that's just right after the Chinese Olympics. And gasoline was going close to $4 a gallon, and people were screaming for ways to save on their fuel. So we opened up our place on US 19 down here.